overall club is a very prestigious club. It literally means that you're a really good NBA player. Not all the players get into it. I mean, the 90 overall club is like all-star level or even superstar level, but the 80 overall club usually means that you're pretty damn good in the NBA. And what I want to do today is go into NBA 2K21 on the next generation and name all the players I believe need to be in the 80 overall club in the next roster update for 2K. Yeah, pass out to the pack. It is Pack here,
aka your mama's best friend.
and before the video starts, please join the brand new channel. It is called Pack. It's where I'm going to be doing my React stuff and also IRL stuff. So if you want to check all that stuff out, please go check it out and subscribe. Now, there's going to be a ton of honorable mentions on this list. The season is early, and there's some players that start off really good, and I'm like, you're starting off good now, but who knows how it's going to carry through the season. So I have like 11 honorable mentions, and then we're going to go in with the 10 players that I think are like for sure going to be 80 overalls, basically for the whole season. Okay, I'll just start off with my favorite team right now. Well, I have two favorite teams, you already know that, but the Knicks, Alec Burks is averaging like 21, but he's played like 3 games, and even though I think he's one of the better scorers on this team, I don't know if he's going to be able to stay 80 overall the whole season, so I wouldn't even really bring that up. The Thunder, Lou Dort, he's clearly, obviously good. I have not watched a single Thunder game this season so far, so I don't know 100% if he's going to stay this way for the whole season. For the Bulls, Kobe White, I have a good feeling about Kobe White. He's been playing well, but he's kind of inconsistent here and there, so I think he might be an 80 overall during the season. For the Lakers, you know, Kuzma off the bench has been doing a very good job. He's been hitting his threes when they need him most. He has been very good, but we'll see throughout the season. Another player is Lonzo, even though he kind of is doing a little bit, like he's averaging like 13, like 5 and 5, and he plays good defense. He's also very inconsistent, so who knows. The Rockets, Eric Gordon has had a great start. He's only played 2 games though, so it's kind of hard to judge someone off 2 games. The Raptors, Chris Boucher has been amazing so far, but players on the Raptors do good and then all of a sudden stop all the time, so I don't know if he's going to continue the season like this. The Warriors, James Wiseman deserves to be talked about. He's the 3rd leading scorer on this team right now, and he's been one of the more consistent players on this team besides Curry, so I think he definitely deserves to be talked about. Plus, his defense has been amazing, so he definitely deserves an honorable mention. One of the leading scorers on the Mavericks is Jalen Brunson. The thing is, though, is that we don't know how good he's going to be. The problem is Luka was just hurt last game, and he had his best game of the season so far, so it might just be because everybody's hurt that he's playing well. So when everybody's healthy, we'll see how good he plays throughout the season. For the Kings, I have Harrison Barnes. He's been, I think, the 2nd leading scorer or the 3rd leading scorer on the team, but he's had his moments where he's always been borderline 80 overall, so who knows. The Hawks added all this talent, and yet DeAndre Hunter, the 2nd-year player, has been one of the better players on this team, one of the better defenders, and on top of that, averaging 16 a game, which is the 3rd leading scorer on the team. And then finally, the Sixers with Seth Curry, averaging the 3rd most points on the team, and on top of that, this team is winning a lot. So when you're one of the better teams in the NBA at the moment, you're going to need some more players in the 80 overall club, and I think Seth Curry has earned that. But okay, that's all the honorable mentions. Let's go into the actual list. Starting at number 10, I have Jazz player Jordan Clarkson. He's currently 79. He was already borderline. He's averaging 15.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, but he's only playing 22.5 minutes per game. Imagine if he played a little more, he'd be an easy 80 overall, so I think he deserves this. Plus, this team is really, really good, and I believe, and I know people roll their eyes when I say this, I believe this is a contender when everybody's healthy and playing well, so Jordan Clarkson makes this team even better. So at number 9, I have the Grizzlies with Dillon Brooks and also Kyle Anderson, both of them. This is a thing. John Morant just got hurt. Jaren Jackson Jr. has been out. So this team's needed players to step up, and in that time, Kyle Anderson and Dillon Brooks have been fantastic. Dillon Brooks is already in borderline 80 overall club player with a 17.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 1.8 steals. And then you have Kyle Anderson, who's averaging 16.7 points per game, 8 rebounds, 4 assists on amazing defense, and he was playing well when John Morant was healthy. So I think that they both are going to be 80 overalls throughout the year, probably. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, it has to be Darius Garland. I already talked about Colin Sexton and how he deserves to be even higher than that, but Darius Garland's a 74 overall, but he's averaging 17 points, 3 rebounds, 6.5 assists, leading the Cavs in assists. Even though he's not a very good defender, he's scoring a lot, and that's helping the Cavs win more games than people are expecting. For the Charlotte Hornets, the best player right now is Terry Rozier. He's already a borderline 80 overall club member, and he's averaging 23 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists on 1 steal. When you're the best player and you're doing decent, you have to be in the 80 overall club immediately. For number 6, I have RJ Barrett. He's a 75 overall, but he's been the 2nd best player on this team throughout the season. Even though he's had inconsistent moments, he's still playing amazing defense throughout the time. He's averaging 17 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. So he's literally doing a little bit of everything and his shooting is starting to get better. So he's easy second best player on this team besides, well, behind Julius Randle. For the Wizards, a player that's kind of gone under the radar at number 5 is Thomas Bryant. He's a 79 overall, so he's already borderline, averaging 18 points per game, 7 rebounds and 1 block. But he plays bad defense, so that is a problem. But he shoots very good threes. So you have all these things. They're going to need a player like Thomas Bryant, especially the way they play. Overall, though, I think he definitely deserves to be in the 80 overall club because he is the 3rd best player on this team right now. At number 4 on this list, it is Keldon Johnson. Yes, 76 overall. Keldon Johnson is 2nd on the team in scoring right now with 16 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 1.5 steals, and is one of the more consistent players on the Spurs besides, you know, DeMar DeRozan. LaMarcus has been hurt and DeJounte has been kind of inconsistent, but Keldon Johnson is night in, night out putting the work and has been amazing for the team so far. I think he needs to be an 80 overall for sure, at least. Okay, for the Timberwolves, Malik Beasley has also got under the radar, dude. He's averaging 19 a game, 5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and is a leading scorer on the team right now. Even more than Karl-Anthony Towns. However, Karl-Anthony Towns got hurt, but even when Karl-Anthony Towns is playing, Malik Beasley is the leading scorer, even over D'Angelo Russell, which is crazy. And he's a good defender, so it's just cool. At number 2 with the Magic, it has been Terrence Ross. The Magic had a pretty good start to the season, and Terrence Ross has been the leading scorer for the team with 22 points, 2.6 rebounds, 1.2 steals, and only 28 minutes a game. If he played even more, he'd be averaging even more, which is just crazy to think about. Terrence Ross is a monster when it comes to scoring, and I mean, that's what he does. I think he needs to be an 80 overall at least, even especially if Evan Fournier is an 80. And finally, at number 1, I believe this one 100% with the Pistons, Jeremy Grant. He's a 77 overall, yet he's averaging 23 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks. He is leading the team in almost every category. He's pretty damn good on this team. And even though the Pistons are playing pretty rough right now, he is not. So that's a pretty big deal. Another person to mention, just kind of an honorable mention on this team, is Josh Jackson. He's a 73 overall, yet he's averaging 15.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 2 assists, and he's only playing 24 minutes a game. If he played 36 minutes like Jeremy Grant, he would statistically, according to Per 36, average more than Jeremy Grant, which is crazy to think about. That is my opinion on these players that deserve to be in the 80 overall club. If I miss anybody, leave it in the comments below. And if you like this channel, give it a sub, and I'll see you guys next time. If you want all the latest news of NBA 2K and also NBA in general, you should follow me on my Twitter account at PackHoopsYT. Not only that, I do giveaways all the time when it comes to VC, games, and also even consoles. So check it out, follow me, and see you there.